Evening folks, hope everyone is well. You find me in an underpass. In the UK, an underpass is basically a little pedestrian route under a road. I don't know whether you can hear the traffic noise above me. I don't know what an underpass is called in America, whether it's called a subway or is that your trains? Anyway, you probably have these wherever you are in the world. So recently, when I was in London, I found a really nice underpass. It was far from traffic, there wasn't much traffic noise. I don't think there was any traffic noise. I think it was also a Sunday morning, so it was pretty quiet. So the question is, can you make a nice convolution reverb, an impulse response, an IR, from the natural reverb of the subway? And that's what we're looking at tonight. All right, let's get out of here. It's getting dark. As I was editing this video, I realised I haven't said how I made my sort of my sound in the subway. So I took these clave with me, South American percussion instrument, but they make a nice click. So essentially, I had my Zoom in my hand, and this in my other hand, and this in my third hand. It was a bit awkward, to be honest, and probably if I was going to do it again, I'd probably be a bit more organised. I'd maybe take this stand for the Zoom, and then actually have, been able to not be sort of so cack-handed with all three bits of equipment. And obviously I didn't film it because, I haven't got a fourth hand. Actually, I've not got a third hand either. But yeah, and these did the trick. I've seen people on YouTube do it with a balloon, popping a balloon, snapping a book shut, snapping a belt. Yeah, any sort of loud percussive sound should do it. I mean, a clap could probably be fine as well. Yeah, I've also seen people do like a sine wave sweep. Woo! So that's another way to do it. But yeah, there are loads of videos on YouTube about how to record convolution reverb. I was just trying to do it in an underpass in London. All right, I'll just show you the Reaper project I've got set up here. This is what this is. That's a normal reverb, which we can compare to. This is what reverb looks like, and we have got. Ignore these two files; these won't be in the original, the final thing. This is the raw recording from my Zoom, but we've got. Blackwall underpass IR, then we've got a noise reduced one, which I've tried to take away some of the sort of hissy sound, and then we've got a B one because I did a few takes, and then again we've got an NR, a noise reduction one. So you've got 4 impulses to play with, and yeah, this is what the plugin looks like. Wet, dry. There's some sort of settings here, pre-reverb, 0 latency. That apparently is a good idea to set on, so one hears it without any latency. So that's the convolution reverb in Reaper. There's a little limiter I put on it because the original impulses I created were a little bit hot, hence. Under this dialogue, there's a normal, and there's got some sort of gain reduction stuff going on there. Apply minus 18 dB gain. So I kind of tried to do that in the actual WAV files because they were coming in a little bit hot. So that's the convolution reverb in Reaper that comes with Reaper. We're going to be listening to, so that's just muted. So we're just going to hear the unaffected little bits of audio. I have got some piano, which says drum machine, but it's piano. Can we hear that? We should be able to hear that. So it's got the pedal engaged, you can see there. So it's still there's a bit of sort of sustain going on, but we'll hear that with the reverb. We've got a drum loop going on. Ooh, it's a bit hot. We've got some synthesizer going on. What synth we got going on, Mark? Oh, we got Largo going on by Waldorf. Lovely stuff. What we got going on here? So we've got some Spitfire, we've got some BBC orchestra going on, just some strings going on there, which we'll hear. And I think we've got a drum machine going on Sitala. Oh, quite hot, quite hot, quite hot. So that's what we'll be, and we've got a comp of all of them. So that's the source material we're going to be working with, and we're just going to be hearing how the convolution, or what the convolution reverb does with them. Alright, so let's start with the piano that we just looked at, which is the most subtle. So I'm just going to, let's just hear it without the convolution reverb. With the reverb. Subtle, it's subtle, isn't it? With the piano, it's pretty subtle. If I take the wet control all the way down, let's listen to A noise reduced. With the piano, doesn't blow you away, right? Doesn't blow you away, but we might have better luck with. Let's try this. This is an ER1 drum loop. So let's dial in. We're listening to a noise reduced. Reverb, isn't it? Let's listen to B with noise reduction. Just mute it. It's right, isn't it? As I say, that's way too much reverb, but within a mix that would work. Is it about there? There's definitely a difference between the A and the B WAVs I've got going on. Dry. Dial in the wet. So that's what a drum loop sounds like. Let's listen to the synth loop all the way dry first, and then we'll dial in the wet. This is A. Let's try B. Dry. See, when you take away the reverb, you kind of notice it, and you put it back. Definitely imparts an interesting character to it. Whether you'd want to use it for everything, probably not. Let's listen to what we got going on. Some strings. Okay, some strings all the way. completely dry. Oh, let's just loop those strings. Yeah, definitely some reverb going on there. Let's try A. That's that's a reverb. That is definitely a reverb. Ooh. And let's try that little drum machine. This is the Sitar plugin. Let's start off all the way dry and then dial it in. So we're about minus 10 dB of wet. I think that sounds pretty good considering I'm recording this in an underpass in a pedestrian subway. That's not bad, is it? That's A. Let's listen to B. I feel like when it's really high like that, it's introducing some some noise into it. I mean, obviously you could put a graphic EQ right downstream of this effect. Let's do that. Graphic EQ. So reverb way too high. Let's take some of those high frequencies away. I mean, well, you know. Yeah. Depending on, you know, what you want. If you want those little bit going on there. I mean, again, I think I'm using too much reverb just to demonstrate the effect, but it definitely works. Definitely works. If I compare this, yeah, let's. All right, let's just browse for one of my other Reverb IRs. Masonic Lodge. There's a Masonic Lodge. There we go. One of my favourites. Masonic Lodge. Very, very different character. Very, very different. I actually prefer my underpass reverb. Yeah, I think I prefer my underpass reverb on that. Let's try Small Prehistoric Cave, another favourite. I still think I prefer my underpass reverb, actually. There we go. Anyway, let's just listen to it in a mix. So this is all of that material munged together. Let's start with the Small Prehistoric Cave. Completely dry. Yeah, and in the mix with all of that, the Small Prehistoric Cave sounds okay. Let's go back to my stuff we're working on. Cool. Right, let's start off completely dry and then dial in the wet. That's A, let's try B. It's not bad considering that's just me stood in an underpass with some clave. That I think is usable. Not on everything, but yeah, there we go. Underpass reverb. I'll put that on my coffee shop. Yeah, I think that's the best place to put it. So you can just download the IRs for free and use them in your own projects. All right, let's call it a day for this video. Cheers, folks. Bye. If you want to go and find this underpass and do your own convolution reverb recordings, take the DLR, get off at Blackwall, and then follow the pedestrian path to Billingsgate Market, and you'll walk past. You'll walk, you'll walk in this underpass.